Let's install IntelliJ IDEA on Windows 11 step by step. By the end, you'll have your IntelliJ IDEA installed, the JDK properly set up in the IDE, and we'll run a simple Java program from the IDE itself. You can search download IntelliJ IDEA from your browser, and in the search result, you'll get this particular link from JetBrains website. Download IntelliJ IDEA, click over there, click accept all. Now this is the download page from JetBrains. On the left, we have the option to download the ID. But few important points. Suppose we want to install only the community edition. Do we have the option anymore? Let me show you that. You need to click on this other versions page. Here for different years, different distributions are available. By default, it is showing 2026.1 because this is the latest version at this point of time. If I scroll down, earlier we used to choose between Ultimate and Community Edition over here and we could download. Now from 2026, JetBrains has changed that. There is no separate Community Edition. But the important point here, if you scroll down further, in 2025.3 also we don't have any separate versions as such. But in 2025.2, you can notice this Ultimate Edition and Community Edition. Let me scroll down further. You can notice both versions are available here also. So from 2026 onwards, we don't have any separate versions. But if we scroll down for the earlier versions, yes, we can download this community edition separately. So for earlier versions of IntelliJ IDEA, we used to choose between community and ultimate edition. That choice is gone. JetBrains has merged two editions into one. No more community versus ultimate, just one installer, one IntelliJ IDEA. So do we have to pay now? The answer is no. Everything that was free in community edition is still free for personal and commercial use. And the good part is you get more free features than before. Like earlier, full Java and Kotlin is there, Maven, Gradle, Git, JUnit, plus a new free Spring Boot project wizard, Spring and Jakarta EE highlighting, database tools with SQL, all of them are present for free. Whereas Ultimate Edition adds Profiler, HTTP client, AI, and other languages like JavaScript. Whereas the Ultimate or the paid edition, it has different additional features like Profiler, HTTP client, AI, and other languages like JavaScript with a free 30-day trial. Now we are back on the download page. For Windows, we can see all these options are there, but no choice for Community and Ultimate. But if you really need the old Community Edition, you need to scroll down further. And in that case, you have to use 2025.2 or earlier version, not the newer ones. From 2025.3, it's unified, and that's what I recommend. The current one, and it contains all the free features that was available in the earlier versions. So scrolling to the top, downloading this exe, download completed, right click on this file, run as administrator. The setup opens, click on next. By default, it is installing in a specific location, but generally I keep all my installations in a particular directory. So I'm going to copy that particular directory path and edit over here. In your case, you can keep it as is or follow the way I'm doing. So this is my directory where I have already kept Java. So it is not mandatory, just for better practice. Going back to IntelliJ IDEA, and here carefully, I'm just changing this part, keeping rest as is. Click on next, create desktop shortcut, rest I am keeping as is. Next again, clicking on install. Now this process will take a while. Once it is complete, I'll resume the recording. Now the setup is complete, click finish. Now that IntelliJ IDEA is installed on Windows 11, open this for the first time, double click this icon. We need to go through the user agreement. I'm scrolling down, click on I confirm, continue. For data sharing, I'm selecting don't send. It's your choice. In case you see this message for Windows security, click on allow, clicking on new project. So here I need to provide a location. I'm going to provide a dedicated directory name. I have already created a separate directory for that. I already have a dedicated directory over here, so I'm changing this. I won't keep it default. This is the one, all IntelliJ projects, providing a project name, keeping the rest as is. As in my system, Java 21 is already present. As in my system, JDK 21 is already installed. So it has detected that. Add sample code is checked. Let me click on this advanced settings. Nothing to change here. Click on create. Maximizing this, it's showing it's activating subscription. I do not want to use the pro version, so I'm closing this, closing the trial as well. Now, initially, it is analyzing the project, so it may take a while. Let's wait for this to finish. So it's gone now. Let me run this sample program, which has a very simple for loop. Click on this run button, selecting the first option. So the program has successfully run and it has completed. So that's it. You have installed IntelliJ IDEA on Windows. You understand the new unified setup and you have built your first simple Java project. If you find this lesson useful, please like this video and subscribe to this channel. You can also press the bell icon to get notified automatically whenever I upload any new lesson. If you like my teaching style, you can have a glimpse of few of my courses as well. I have my Java 21 features deep dive course, which covers multiple topics like virtual threads, structured concurrency, sequence collection, pattern matching, and many more. And more importantly, it has multiple realistic scenario-based Spring Boot demos, which uses different Java 21 features. You can also check my IntelliJ IDEA tips and tricks course. It covers a wide variety of topics, starting from different shortcuts, live templates, refactoring, searching, code generation, and many other features which are pretty handy when we use IntelliJ IDEA on daily basis. When it comes to debugging, I have a full-fledged course on Java debugging with IntelliJ IDEA. Here we start with the basics like breakpoint and watches. Then we learn how to utilize the different debugging related features available within the IntelliJ IDEA, whether it is Spring Boot debugging, remote debugging, multi-thread debugging, debugging in AWS Cloud, Azure, or GCP. All the courses that we discuss, I'll add their link in the description. Along with that, I'll add the link of my entire course catalog in the description as well. This catalog contains many courses like Java Virtual Thread and Structured Concurrency with Spring Boot, integration testing with Test Container using Java and Spring Boot, complete GitHub Desktop Guide, Java debugging courses using Eclipse, IntelliJ IDEA, VS Code, Python debugging courses using PyCharm IDE, VS Code, and many more. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next lesson.